It is 5016U, and the galaxy is home to trillions. At the core of humanity's territory, there is a golden age. But outside of this newly won utopia, the revolutionary project continues. You are a Lancer, an exceptional mech pilot among already exceptional peers, and you live in a time where the future hangs as a spinning coin at the apex of its toss. The fall is coming, and how the coin lands is yet to be determined. Far now from our humble beginnings, humanity has spread out among and between the stars for thousands of years. We have set empty worlds and barren moons alight with civilizations, tamed asteroids and gas giants, even built lives in the hard vacuum of space itself. We have taken root in our arm of the Milky Way. Life, in its infinite diversity, thrives and expands. For some, life in this time is as a river, forever moving, with the land and time of their birth left somewhere far behind. For most, life is spent on their home world, moon, or station, linked to the rest of humanity via fantastic technologies, or isolated to the politics, stories, and histories of their own lands. The trillions that make up humanity live, for the most part, as you or I do now. But wonders tie this galaxy together in this age. Connecting all worlds is blink space, an unknowably vast and strange plane, parallel to the one in which we live, pierced by blink gates that allow us to travel with speed and safety. Thanks to these massive, star-bound doors, every corner of space is open to the daring. These portals are common wonders. Thousands of ships travel through them every day, seeking trade, migration, travel, war, and myriad other aims. Filling the lonely void is the OmniNet, a data-sharing network built off the blink that connects every computer, every server, everything to everything else. The OmniNet is much more than a way to send messages, or a means for people on far-flung worlds to read the galaxy's news. It overlays all human communications, facilitating government, industry, culture, and realms more esoteric still. Data is the new wealth, and the OmniNet means that all wealth can be shared. The form of that wealth is mana, uniting the disparate nations of the human diaspora outside the core. Mana is the universal currency, accepted by every market on the planet. When a galaxy's wealth of raw resources are available for exploitation, a community's wealth comes from both its past and its potential. The vast mass of humanity is administered by a single, sprawling government, Union. The galactic hegemony, Luna and Mars, Mercury and Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune and Uranus, Phobos and Deimos, Io, Europa, Ganymede and Callisto, Titan and Enceladus. These worlds, strung in their orbit around Sol, are the diadem atop which Cradle rests, the seat of Union's power and humanity's ancient heart. From Cradle, Union controls the three levers of the galaxy: the Blink Gate, the OmniNet, and the Mana. Without these levers, and without Union, the galaxy would fall into chaos. Union is a new kind of utopia, a new state, communal and post-capital, for a new humanity. Union was born from the ashes and ice of the fall, the collapse that felled old humanity, boiling Cradle and withering her colonies entirely. Though it has been thousands of years since Union was founded, and thousands more since the fall, new humanity knows only one truth among 10,000 unknowns. If we are to survive, then we must come together in solidarity and mutual aid. Despite Union's conviction, and despite its successes so far, the sheer size of this collective project is daunting. Union is distant to most people, fictionalized in omninet dramas and novels, dreamed about by children and wanderers, hailed as the promised kingdom, or damned as the pit by religions across the galaxy. For all its authority, Union prefers to rule from a distance. Few have ever seen one of Union's administrators, let alone suffered one of its naval campaigns. For those who have never seen its flag, Union is all but a myth. For those whose skies have been darkened by Union ships, the hegemony may have brought liberty, but it brought death first. The galaxy remains a dangerous place outside the core. Rebellions, insurrections, piracy, wars, civil and interplanetary, continue to flare and burn their way through space, though only the most desperate conflicts require Union's intervention. Disputes between Union subject states are common enough that there is still a need for militaries, militias, and mercenaries. 5 major suppliers offer arms and armor to states and entities outside the core that desire them. These manufacturers exist in a delicate balance with the Union. Though the administrators regulate and the suppliers comply, these two philosophies, one of post-capital utopia and the other of permanent and wild growth, rush towards an irreconcilable end. You are one person, alive in this time of tumult and peace, a time of promise that was built on the sacrifice of those who came before and is threatened still by the heirs of old adversaries. You are one whose life is lived in the great river, where lives cross stars and time, where one person in the right place and at the right time can divert the course of history, where the collective action of comrades can save worlds, lives, and better define Union's utopian dream. You are a mech pilot, one of the best, a lancer, and yours is the story of this spinning coin at the apex of its toss. At this pivotal moment in history, what will you and your comrades do when fate, foresight, and luck, good or bad, puts you in the right place, the right time? On which side will you fall?